Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Austin. I'm joined by my buddy Neal. Today we're going to be doing an interesting live stream topic where we're going to build a fragrance wardrobe of 5 niche fragrances, and I'm very excited to get into like our first list focus live stream. So we'll see how this goes, but it's good to see everyone in here. Let's see. Let me get the chat pulled up. I see Sean in here. I see Saga in here. Someone needs to check on Joel. Where's Joel?
You know, right? Where's Joel?
But hey Sean, hey Saga, good to see you guys. Saga's wearing Burberry Goddess.
Oh.
Wow.
Wowie.
Sean's going to be driving to dinner, so I'll be listening. Does that mean Saga's going to be? No, they're not together.
A work dinner?
Maybe. I thought he's off at work. Did teachers get together in the summer and go to dinner? Who knows? Anyway, all right. Well, we're here. Got a couple people in here. One of them's Rana, and the other one you.
Yes, the other one's me. Hey, please hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, hit that thumbs up.
I just did.
All right, we got someone else in here. You want to just give it a second? Maybe the notification's just going out.
Maybe. Copy. Let me announce it to my. Paste it up. There we go. Hey.
Ooh, Kalen's in here. All right, what's up, Kalen? He's wearing vibrato. I am officially out of the 10 ml that I got from you.
Uh-oh.
I know. I don't need it.
I don't. Keep telling yourself.
It's like it's like the SpongeBob. I don't need it. I need it.
Oddly enough, I might have something in my list that might be able to ease your pain.
Wow. Is it less than 140 or whatever I can get a vibrato tester for?
Yes.
Wow. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, we got a few people in here. We could start, I guess. So I'll share some of the day. Hold on. What did Kayla say? You know you need it, or at least a good dupe. Well, I have Burlington 1819. Just kidding. I honestly I never got that connection until
Slight citrus.
Well, no, when Sean and them smelled it, he's like, it smells like Tygar, and then it was like, does it? And I sprayed it. It was like, son of a bitch, it does a little bit.
It's the citruses in the open, really. Like, yeah,
for sure.
The muskiness does not match up, though. Like the dry down of Tygar compared to the dry down of 1918. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a great one. Well, Kaylin, what even is a dupe of that one for real?
Hey, John C.
Ingenious Ginger? What? I mean,
what isn't? Yeah.
Yeah, John C. Good to see you. Imaginary Authors, The Language of Glaciers. See, I tried that brand in Osme in Miami. I don't remember much about it. I remember that the price point in those were really attractive for like retail pricing. They seemed really cool and innovative, but I don't remember much about some of the smells.
There's some
good to see you in here.
There's some pretty interesting ones from the house.
I'm guessing the Language of Glaciers is kind of cold and bold, and what else? Maybe it's got some like
I'm trying to remember it.
What's like that cooling musk sort of thing, like in like Himalaya, for example? It's got kind of that vibe, the icy vibe. But yeah. Kaylin's dupes would be Ingenious Ginger. I almost bought that. I've never smelled it. Or Spirit of Kings Ericus. I've heard of that one, but I don't really follow the clones all that closely, to be honest.
Well, that's not really. Those are kind of like twists than more than clones. Right?
Yeah, I mean, Ingenious Goldfield and Banks obviously isn't a clone, but
yeah,
I don't know the other brand. Are they a clone brand, or are they just like a different brand?
Spirit of Dubai is not really much of a clone brand either.
It's a Spirit of Kings.
Oh, Spirit of Kings, sorry. No, they're not much of a clone brand either. They have
no idea.
They have scents that are similar to other scents, but I mean, who doesn't have similar DNAs?
Yeah. Let's see. John C says, "Get yourself the Complete Works Discovery set."
Yeah, I got the summer set. I think I got.
How much is that?
50. The one I got was like 55. Completely
It's
reasonable,
not bad.
bro. Yeah,
It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So like I said, Sean is out of town. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Duh. Grading high school AP exams. Wow, that sounds so fun.
It is. Oh yeah. A teacher's life.
Yeah, kudos to you. But wow. Whew. Blaine's in the house. Good to see you, Blaine. He's wearing YSL L'Homme Le Parfum.
Yeah.
I haven't smelled that.
That's the. Is that the orangish one?
You know, I've really only smelled. Actually, I don't think I've smelled any of the YSL L'Homme. It's always been the La Nuit de L'Homme flank and its flankers. So I don't know what it smells like. I'm sure it's good though.
They're all pretty good.
They'll have like a heavier this and that note, etc. Just a little bit. Oh, he's talking about the. Yeah, I got you.
The spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, DNA.
You're right. Sometimes, especially, and again, not to say that those are dupes, but sometimes like actual clones of fragrances, they'll just try and like make the opening more punchy to like be like, oh, well, it's stronger than the original. Spend your money here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Well, don't hold on. We didn't see that. That might be what Neal is talking about. Who knows?
Who knows?
I have a feeling it's probably that or Icon, but we'll see. It's the blue one. Yeah, I haven't smelled it. All right. Well, what are you wearing today, Blaine? Or Neal?
Blaine? What are you wearing?
We already know he's wearing. We already knew he was wearing. Oh, duh.
I'm wearing Lorenzo Pizzalia Summer Hammer. Little decant of it I got from Exqueets up in Montreal. Yep. I'm still on the fence about this one. There's certain things I like about it, but then it kind of gives me that shampoo vibe. I always get that when the jasmine is done a certain way. It kind of gives me that sense, and
I know what you mean.
It just like I like it sometimes when I'm not smelling that jasmine, but when I do smell it, it's like maybe this is leaning too feminine for me. Not something I kind of would want to wear.
Yeah, I've only smelled the Dua interpretation, and I've only probably sprayed that like 3 times. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It just kind of seemed. I mean, it's a Dua version, right? But like it seemed super synthetic and kind of screechy, and I was like, I don't know. It kind of reminded me of, and forgive me for not knowing exactly what they are, but like the closest association that I have to them is like early 2000s, like bathroom scents where you got the little, like you open it up and it's like the little Jello, like scent thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They slowly dry up. There's one of those that kind of smells like the Dua version of that. So it kind of was like, I don't know if I need to try it.
I could definitely see you say that because at one point I was getting whiffs of my sillage and I'm like, this almost smells like a air freshener type of thing. And I'm like, I don't know. The one I wore the day before, Black Sea, very much different. I very much like that one more. Like I would buy myself a bottle of that way before I bought myself a bottle of Summer Hammer.
You had Vampire Rum, right?
I did. And it kind of smells a lot like Molinard's vanilla patchouli vanilla.
Oh, the purple bottle?
Yeah, one of the purple bottles.
Huh. Yeah, well, I haven't smelled any of those Lorenzo Pizzalia, so I'm looking forward to getting my nose on them at some point. I want to smell Sangria for sure, and Sexy and Dark Sea and all of the seas.
They're all very interesting, I will say, from like a creative standpoint. Very strong, very assertive scents. They're not
it's not
shy.
French perfumery, right?
They're kind of like ATH.
Okay.
Only not as dense, right? You know how ATH is like makes this feel
just like a wall,
dense fragrance. It's not as much as that. It's thick, but it's not as dense as that. So, yeah. See.
Hit that like button, please. Thank you. It apparently does something. I don't know. But all right, I didn't talk about what I was wearing today, did I?
No, you didn't.
I talked about it in the Son of the Day short, but so I'm in this group for Tampa. It's called the Tampa Scent Exchange, so like local buy sell trade sort of group for fragrances, right? And I'm an admin on that, and I'm in the admin chat, and I got some like Tampa fragrance buddies now. It's kind of cool. The one guy is head over heels in love with this one, Hibiscus Mahajad from Maison Crivelli, and he swears it's like the best thing ever. And I was like, I don't know. I smelled it in this little box that I got. It was like okay, but I figured I'd like how it smelled more on Brianna. And I was like, well, all right, Dustin, I'll give it a try. And so today I did. I'm not joking, and this is a good sample, right? It's an official sample. I did 2 sprays from this little guy on the back of my neck. And, well, one, I smelled it the whole day that I was at work. Like, this was 5 o'clock this morning, and I was getting told at, like, 2:30 today, like, wow, you smell really good today. Like, and I was like, you smell me? Like, I don't smell anything. And they're like, yeah, it's pretty strong. I was like, oh, wow, I'm nose blind to it. So I had this, and then I put on it's slowly becoming one of my favorites, actually, Orto Parisi Seminalis. And I figured
another bottle.
I know. Well, I already got this as a partial, but yeah, I decanted a little bit for you. But yeah, we'll see. I do actually foresee myself going through this and getting another bottle when that happens. But the reason I layered them is because going back to the comment of like, I'd like it more on Rana, right? It's super strong, radiant. It's all of the things that you want out of fragrance when you really love it. But I just thought that something about the floral nature wasn't seeming quite right on me. So I wanted to balance it out a little bit. So you get the super strong sillage projection out of this one here. And I'm not sure all of the notes, but this is it's an extrait, and it is strong. Plus kind of the softness, sandalwood, kind of creamy nature of Seminalis. And I think it balanced it really well because the combined scent that I was getting was like the perfect melody of both. So I really enjoyed it. And I'm glad I did it. The last comment I'll make about this one is the same lady that told me like she smelled me super strongly. She was like, you wear that one often. And I was like, well, no, because I was thinking about this one. Mm-hmm. She's like, no, like I know you've worn it a few times. And I was like, you're right. Well, I did this. And she's like, yeah. And I walked past her. She's like, no, it's definitely you. Like, yeah, you wear that one. Like, I'm kind of knowing you by that. So maybe this is becoming my office signature scent. Who knows? She does sit like not in the same row as me, but like directly next to you in a different row. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a signature scent, which is scary. I don't really want that.
And you didn't get called into the office this time?
No, I didn't wear Ganymede today. I thought about wearing Ganymede though. Well, lucky for you, I'm not keeping this. I'm going to send it in the box, so you're going to get to try it. I just wanted to give it another little wear before I sent it on because I'd only smelled it on the card, and I was like, yeah, this is strong. But it was actually pretty lovely to live with. I just wish that it was a different floral instead of the hibiscus. And I think I'd really like it. Like if it was like tuberose even, I could vibe with that.
I was just agreeing with this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we already covered that. Yes, agree.
Yep.
I haven't tried. Actually, there is a tuberose one. It's like tuberose astral or something, and I'm pretty sure. I think the one I wore today is a Quinton Biche one, and I'm pretty sure the tuberose one is as well. And then Oud Maracuja is perfumed by the same guy I think that makes Blue Talisman. So.
Yeah, just don't tell her what Seminalis is translates to, right?
Oh man. Probably, yeah, that is a good one. Not the same. No. The lady that sits behind the lady that reported me. Yeah. Look up what this means in what is it? Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Latin.
It means if you're a Navy sailor, what do they call them? And it doesn't smell like that, all right? It's just marketing. But it's the Orto Parisi thing. Like they
That
just
is his thing, right?
it's the like, well, come on, what the hell is this? I haven't smelled Secretions Magnifique, but it's kind of the same like gut punch sort of thing of like, who would be so bold as to make that, right? But this doesn't smell like that. This is lovely. But I'll admit, the first time I sprayed it when I had my other sample, I was like, "Oh, I don't know about this. Like, this could go really bad. And I know how these Orto Parisis are. They'll last forever. And like, I'll be stuck with it, but I like it. Pause. It's very good. All right. Well, let's get into the video, I guess.
Yeah.
And I have shortened it somewhat because dun, 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 one of my fragrances that I have in my wardrobe is this one right here, Orto Parisi Seminalis. The lady might have been right. Marilyn might have been right. She said, I recognize you by that scent. No one else smells like that. And I think this stuff is just lovely. I think that I didn't really break these out into specific categories. I kind of did something that's versatile that you can use a bunch of different reasons. There's only like 2 in here that I think are situational or seasonal, if you will. But I view this one. Oh my God, let me get this thing off. I view this one as honestly pretty versatile because I think you can pull it off in the heat because it lasts a long time. But it's a soft to moderate projector. It's not like the other Orto Parisis that like reach across and grab you from the other side of the room. I will say that the sillage on this is pretty good, but it's not obnoxious. It doesn't scream. But like if you walk past me or I walk past you, you're likely to get a whiff. I just think that it's really versatile. You could pull this off in the winter time too, the fall, winter. It's kind of whenever you want it. It's just kind of cozy. It's not sweet, but creamy, very sandalwood heavy, I find. And it's just lovely to live with. And I spray heavy, so this is going to keep dropping, but that's my first pick. What about you, Neal? What's your first pick, kind of however you have it structured?
I'm actually going to go with not a similar fragrance, but a similar kind of idea of it being office safe. And I went with Low.
Isn't it Loewe?
Yeah, Loewe. Yep. Cobalt, number 7. I don't know if you can get my studio lights, the clash. Sorry. But
I've never smelled
Cobalt, number 7. It is very similar to Bleu de Chanel, right? But
that's what I thought.
But this one is pepperier. It's better oils because you can smell the quality of the oils are better, and it lasts just as long as like the parfum and stuff like that. So it's long lasting, and it's a lot cheaper.
I was gonna say, is there a better value proposition here?
Oh yes, a lot better value proposition. So this is my kind of like my cheapest entry point to this list.
Yeah.
And it gets the job done. You'll never get a negative reaction to this thing.
I actually don't have any like expensive stuff here.
Well, you mean really expensive
like
stuff.
Really expensive.
Yeah.
Like everything that I have is like comfortably below, call it 120. Like that's kind of the top of what at least I don't even think I paid that much for any of these.
Well, if you think about like an Orto Parisian retail,
they're like 185 or something.
Yeah.
Which is still really reasonable for what you get, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, discounters, you can get them like kind of the tippy top of the price range for Orto Parisis is like 140. Most of the time you can get them for 120 or less. If you get it on Fragrance Marketplace or some fragrance group like that equivalent, like I think I got this in a trade for the Bergamask, and the guy it was way fuller, but I forget what we did. He gave me that plus some cash plus something else, and like I'm happy with the trade. But anyway, No, it's a good pick. I mean, the Blue de Chanel DNA is really hyper versatile, really, and it's easy to understand. You get a 100 ml bottle there, I'm sure.
Yep. There's
Performance
100
on it is
bottle.
good.
Yep. Performance is just as good. Yeah, this goes for, like, you can get this from Sloma Shop. Shout out to shout out to Ross. Sloma Shop for, like, I think it's like $80.
It's not bad at all.
Or 75, like around that range.
Because you're not getting Blue de Chanel on a discount.
No way. You're never getting Blue de Chanel on a discount, and you're never getting one below like $100 unless someone like sneaks it by them and sells it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
well, you can't sell any Chanels on the Facebook groups these days. So
never happens.
Kind of stuck with them, like me with Edition Blanche. But anyway, all right. Some brands just love being provocative. Yes, that is kind of, well, ATH and anything that this guy makes. Yes, Gaultier. Yeah. Yes, he definitely is.
I'd like to hear some people in the crowd here. Like, what would their like pick be for?
No, it doesn't.
Like where?
It doesn't. It doesn't. You got to try it, Blaine. You got to try it.
Yeah, you got to try it.
But
I'd like to hear some people's in the crowd, like what they feel that would be a good office scent everyday type of.
So it's funny you mentioned the office scent. Like, I actually have a different one picked out for that specifically. I just view this as like you can wear it to the office, but like you can kind of wear this wherever, whenever. It's just something nice to live with that is different than pretty much everything else that I've smelled. Yeah, where's everyone at? Come on, someone type a comment, huh? It's been a few minutes. But yeah, both great picks, I think. I've never smelled that Loewe. I can't say it. Loewe,
yeah.
But yeah, if it smells like Blue de Chanel and has a better price and good quality, then hard to go wrong.
Thanks, Blaine.
All right, well, I will move it on, I guess, to segue into that for the my office pick. Any guesses? Wait, you already know. You saw my list. Yeah. I didn't see your list though. I'm talking about Zaharoff Signature Royale X. This is, if you're not familiar with the Zaharoff line, this is probably my favorite one, actually. Yeah, it definitely is. Let me smell it. Let me refresh my memory. Super clean, kind of old school masculine, just a professional man. It's not, I don't know. I struggle with marketing stuff like that. Just like a clean professional fragrance for a man that's my age or older, right? You're not like a teenager wearing this, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Like you're a business professional, you're in some sort of career job, and it just smells very good, but it's got a twist. And sometimes people don't like the twist. However, I think it really works well, and especially on my skin, is there's the note of cumin in this, which some people can have a negative reaction to on their skin or on this test strip.
Yeah.
Because they say that it gives it a little bit of funk, which is technically true, but I don't personally interpret that as like a BO smell. I just think that it gives it something a bit different. I think the original Signature Royale is a great fragrance. I think that this one is more special because it's kind of that attraction repulsion thing that, again, not to keep harping on this guy, but Gaultier does that a lot with his brands. There's something that you like, but there's something you don't quite like, but you kind of go back for a second sniff to figure it out, and it's intriguing. And I get that same effect with this one. And I really enjoy it. Performance on this is actually pretty good for the scent profile and what's in it. I'd say that this one definitely isn't as strong as a performer as far as longevity and sillage as Seminoles, but it's comfortable, right? It's moderate longevity, moderate projection. First hour or so, it's going to be pushing off like a normal fragrance does, a little bit beyond arm's length, and it's going to smell good. It's going to smell approachable, and it's just kind of a Swiss Army knife. It's a really good one. It's one of my 5.
It's a good pick.
What do you got?
All right, what I got, lesser known brand, Let's shine it up. Atrium's Mr. Elegance.
Is that the one that I wanted a decant of?
No, you wanted a decant of Mr. Momentum.
I can't remember.
And funny enough, this one is kind of in the same vein as being old school masculine. But this one heavily relies on the power of eucalyptus.
Okay.
And citrus off the top. So it is extremely potent. Like this stuff is thick and overpowering at the start. And then it needs to like kind of cool off.
Yeah, and these dissipate a little bit.
Yeah. And then by the time you get to so this is something you spray on before you get to the office, like an hour, like just as you're getting ready to go to work. You spray it on, you get that blast of eucalyptus and citrus. And then by the time you get to work, it's cooled off enough that it's not overpowering everyone else.
Yeah.
So, but it's something that's like, this is probably, in a lot of people's opinions who have gotten the Atrium brand, like their favorite of the brand, because it is the definition kind of what the brand was going for, which was masculine, kind of new way to do a old school masculine fragrance. This one is a little bit more expensive than the other ones because of the quality of the oils in it. It's retails at $200, but for what you get, I mean, you don't need much to spray. It's kind of like a long-term investment bottle. You're going to buy this and you're probably not going to go through it unless you wear it ritually, like every day. And even if you do, you're probably not even going to need more than like 2, maybe 3 sprays.
It's the normal person that puts on cologne. They're not spraying it like a fragrance enthusiast does. You know, or crazy person is, you know, they're probably called to everyone else. But yeah, that probably lasts you a decade if you're just a normal person with a bottle of cologne, right? Like wear it on special occasions, and I spray a spray or two, and I dab my wrists and do all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So, like, I this one and Momentum are pretty close to me as far as my favorites of the house. Momentum is a lot. It's spicy as well. I think a lot of them have a theme with them is very kind of spicy. And Momentum is more about that basil.
Okay.
That you'll get. So it's like basil and mint and citrus.
I like the green. I don't know. I saw basil and mint, I think, and probably said Torino 21.
Yeah, it does not smell like Torino 21. Like where Torino relies more on the citrus, this relies more on the basil, very sharp, peppery kind of basil.
Okay.
And
I'm looking forward to smelling that one.
Yeah. So that's my second one.
Nice. I'm going to catch up here for a second.
Yeah.
John says ATH Carbon is a solid office scent. Is that the one that kind of smells like Sauvage? I haven't smelled that one, but I know that's an older one. Kaylin would probably know too. Chanel number 5 Eau Premier would be an office scent if I didn't work from home. Light and fresh, sparkly, not as heavy as original. I would need to respray at lunch though. Yeah, respray at lunch with caution unless you like talking to human resources.
I speak from firsthand.
Well, the crazy thing is I didn't even respray Ganymede, but like if I tried to respray anything in my desk, even if I was wearing like an eau de cologne or something, that lady would have a.
Well, they project. Eau de cologne project a lot, you know. So
an eau fraiche, I don't know, something. Metallic Knives, good to see you. Just wanted to pop in here and say, Amouage Purpose 50 is so addictive. Is that the Quinton Biche one? The green bottle one?
That's the newest one.
It kind of has a little bit of that Akigala wood, like Ganymede-ish thing, but it's
maybe
Amouageified. It's definitely a Quinton Biche one.
I haven't smelled the 50. I smelled the original Purpose, man. So I need to smell that one.
Neil asks, "Does anything in the Royale line smell like the 2010?" I don't have 2010. I've never smelled it.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
don't-
samples of it, so I have no
Yeah.
idea.
You
Did you buy
gotta
a
find
bottle of
somebody.
that?
You gotta find somebody that has it and decant some.
Yeah.
It's
Blaine, did you buy a bottle of 2010?
I didn't. No, that was when I like looked at the notes and I thought about it, and I'm like, no, I got enough of that type of DNA. I don't think I really need that one. When they were describing it, I'm like, doesn't really move me to get it like Seraphim Musk did. Like when I heard about Seraphim Musk and looked at the bottle,
I'm like, want to try that one.
I want to try this. I want to have this one.
Well, I'm glad you're you didn't get it either, Neil. I was asking Blaine. Silly.
I don't know. Did he?
I don't know. Blaine, did you get a bottle of 2010? I don't know why you'd be asking about does it smell like 2010 unless you have 2010, but I have no idea. I have literally only heard what Ross has said about 2010. I'm sure it's good. I mean, it's 15 years old. That's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But anyway, John C. says another quality office scent is a recent love from Michael Salazar that it's in the box for like at my feet right now. Oud Fougere. I don't actually remember liking that one. I think that was the one that kind of smelled like Drakkar Noir. At least that's what Fragrantica said. So take that with a grain of salt, obviously. But I don't remember liking the opening of it. But I remember that being like a very like brutish, old school masculine, like 80s powerhouse type of vibe. Or maybe even older, because Michael definitely does his older fragrance inspirations as well.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, if you like it, if you love it, wear the shit out of it.
It's too bad you don't have those tester strips that you sprayed, because it probably would still smell.
I know. I literally just got rid of those too because I probably had like 50 tester strips on my desk. I still got last week's right here. Isn't Atrium still working on a project? Oh yeah, that is something that I like about that brand. As a kind of a side note, how they post the notes as like sneak peek previews. I remember seeing one with blueberry. Is that one released?
No, they're still working on it. They went back to the drawing board as far as what's going to happen with it.
Okay.
It wasn't turning out the way he wanted to, because originally the plan was to have the blueberry, and then he smelled something that had coffee, and he was like, maybe we could do something that's coffee blueberry, something that's never been done before. And he tried it, and it was like, it's not really working. And he asked the community, and the community was like, no, stick to your guns. If it's leaning too much feminine or unisex,
yeah,
in that case, because like he's trying to focus the brand on being from a masculine sense.
Okay.
Then it's okay. Just let that go and do the coffee scent and then go back to the square one with the blueberry scent and work it back up from the ground to try to see if you can make it work. And that's
I didn't know that was a brand philosophy, but it makes sense because every name starts with Mr. So anyway, we'll catch up real quick and then we'll jump into the next one. Okay.
Yep.
Carbon is a very clean, very basic, clean, musky scent, not like Sauvage at all. Okay. I might have to check it out at some point. You don't have to do that, but I mean, if you want to, I'd appreciate smelling it. That'd be awesome. I know I still need to, and I felt bad about this. I thought about this the other day, Blaine, of the Mancera stuff that you sent me. I still technically need to talk about those. It smelled all of them, and none of them wowed me really, but I want to make sure that you feel like you're getting your, you sent me stuff, and that's awesome, and I'm really appreciative of it. And I don't want you to ever feel like I'm not handling that responsibly, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, if you want to send me decant, I'd love to smell it. That'd be awesome. I'll maybe I'll send you some RM5 if you still haven't tried that.
You torture him. You say that he might not want to send you.
Vincent says he has 2010 and it's really good. Good to see you, Vincent. Appreciate you being in here. John C loves that Oud Fougere. All right, let's keep it going to let's see. Let's change it to something fitting for right now for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of talked about it last week. I had to pivot because I forgot one of the fragrances that I originally had on my list at work. And then I picked out another one. And then I was like, well, I really want something a bit more summery because everything else is kind of versatile, like multi-seasonal, however you want to say it. So I picked this up. It's worth being in here. It's a Cillian d'Azur Blanc Polychrome.
I had a feeling one of your favorites would
trickle
find
in.
its way back in here after you told me you forgot it.
I think 3 of these might be kind of among my favorites. I've talked about one of them so far, but this just smells like sunshine and happiness to me. I don't know. There's something about it that's just, you can't be in a bad mood when you smell this. It's literally a bright sunny day when the weather's just right. The sun is warming your neck, right? Because I spray on the back of my neck primarily. I'm imagining, I'm out for a little walk with Mocha or something, and the sun's beating down, it's warming it, and it's spreading through the air, and it's a delight to live with. It's probably my favorite summer fragrance, I'd say right now. And I'm very happy to have it in my collection. And now I can spread the word about it. I don't have to gatekeep it now that I have my bottle. Not that I was doing that before, but definitely try this if you haven't. I know there's people that have tried it, and I don't know how they felt about it. I saw actually Spencer, not so famous YouTuber, wore this the other day, and I know that a few others from kind of the group that we're all familiar with and then have tried it. But yeah, I think this is hype worthy, honestly. Very, very good. And I just love it. It brings me back to Miami when I originally smelled this, and I love it. That's all I got to say about it. It's just one of those ones.
Well, talking about the mood boosters, and this one really fits into that category too. And yes, it is the one that John C. talked about.
Oh, man.
Kajal 3. Hands down, like I am with John C. and I believe that this one is the best version of the Tigar DNA because of that ultra bright, ultra fizzy opening that you get. Here, listen. Oh, it's so good, so good, so uplifting, and then like you get it on skin, it's even better. Again, these atomizers are really nice on the.
That is a nice atomizer. Jeez.
So you get the freshness of the ginger that really kind of brightens it up and helps with that kind of. It's got a cola soda vibe or soda note in it.
Okay, so it's just more fizzy.
Yeah, so
that's
it's
really
even
cool.
fizzier than you would normally get for the Tigar DNA. And you still get the same performance of a Tigar. Like you get those freaking 10 hours, 11 hours of the fragrance, and you just this is a really good one for the summer. It's not super heavy and like dense. It's very light and airy. I really love it. Probably one of my favorite, maybe my second favorite of the house so far.
Wow. Well, I'm thinking what Kalen is thinking.
Yes. Gonna have to try Kajal. Ellen?
All right. Thanks, Blaine. I appreciate that.
Hey, Newt's in town.
Newt. Holy shit. I haven't seen Newt in forever.
I know.
Mocha's ears perked up. I love Mocha. Mocha, Mocha, Mocha. She's going to come running in. Gian, good to see you. Yeah. What are you wearing today? You didn't say what you're wearing. You were just lurking in the chat. Good to see you. Newt, it's very good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you since like a YouTube video, not having a live stream. Hey, my dog. Come up here. Yeah. Hi, baby. I love that girl. What is my best tea fragrance? Well, I
Oh,
don't think I actually own any tea fragrances, but Neal has a good recommendation for sure. But I would say of the ones that I have smelled as far as value proposition, I would say probably Oolong Cha or Oolong Cha X, depending on which one you like more. But I know exactly what Neal's got in his hands right now, and this is technically better for sure. It's just more expensive.
yeah.
Show him that bottle. I know what it is.
Well, actually, it may not be the exact one you were thinking of.
Oh God, it wasn't. No,
It is French Gallantry.
that has tea in it. I have a decan of
Yeah,
that.
all of them have tea. This whole house is focused on tea fragrances.
Huh?
And this one I actually picked because as much as I like the Secret of Success
Yeah,
and
the cinnamon and all that.
the cinnamon, because it gives you Secret of Success is kind of like one part Tonka Cola, one part Angel Share,
Yeah.
where the top is Tonka Cola, and then when it dries down, you get Angel Share. But I have something else in this list that I like better in that kind of category.
Whoa.
But this is a very unique floral, kind of have like that spicy note. And even though this doesn't have like a chili pepper spice or something like that,
Yeah.
the accords that are in this give it a kind of very spicy, peppery kind of feel to it. I guess it kind of like harkens to like my
The culinary background, right?
my culinary background of how I like to cook,
Yeah.
which is I would even make desserts with a
That's
bit of
spicy.
spice.
That's
Like
awesome.
a creme brulee with a bit of spice on the top, like crystallized sugar layer,
Mhm.
adds a lot of dimension to the dishes. Like normal kind of just it's crunchy, yes, and it's also very creamy and smooth and delectable for the cream. But now it's added an extra layer of complexity of having some like spice to it.
Huh.
Not too
Sounds
spicy.
interesting.
I never make anything spicy to the point where you can't taste the dish. I just want a little
Thank
bit
you for that.
a little bit, so you can like, what is that?
It's got to have good flavor first and foremost.
Exactly. First and foremost, it has to have good flavor. If it doesn't have good flavor, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Why are we spending?
My coworker has Scotch bonnets, and he just made pepper sauce and gave it to me, and we ran through it in like a day, and the stuff is spicy, but oh my God, it is so good tasting. Like whatever he did, shout out to Alex. You're not watching this, you'll never see this, but you made some damn good pepper sauce, and I enjoyed it. He did get a bottle of my Dua version of Dior Fahrenheit for it though, so I think he might have won that one because it wasn't that big of a thing, but that's all right. It tasted good. He'll give me some from the next batch. But hopefully that answered your question. Yeah, that was not what I was expecting. For what it's worth, I was expecting Neal to pull out the little Argos bottle of Neptune's Trident. But yeah,
I'm actually trying to
give you some recommendations.
I'm actually trying to like be very diversified in my picks, I should say.
I was too, and then I forgot the freaking bottle at work, or the decant, so whatever. What are you gonna do?
Thanks for coming.
Hello, gents. First time viewer. What is the scent topic of today? Thanks for being here, first and foremost. What are you wearing? Today's topic is we're trying to build a theoretical wardrobe, something well-rounded that, 5 fragrances that you could kind of use for whatever. Some are more versatile, some are more specific seasonally or situationally, and they're focused on niche fragrances or indie fragrances. So that's the topic of the day.
And this, just to clarify that point, is this one's kind of more of a winter, fall, and early kind of spring type of evening. I'd probably say you can get away with doing daytime too, depending on your type of situation. But I think it would lean more towards evening wear.
That one is a good one. That's one I liked. Yeah, it was very good. It kind of reminded me of There's like a discontinued Parfums de Marley that has, oh Lord, what is that? Like bay leaf as a note or something that kind of reminded me of that. It was like green and kind of strong. I could be misremembering, but yeah, that's a very good one. The State of Mind is the brand, correct?
Yep, State of Mind is the brand.
Very, very underrated, honestly. Let's see. Kansas La Cordie by Montclair is a great tea frag too. I've never smelled that. Oolong Cha is a good choice though. Newton, Wayne Newton. All right. Well, I will pick. I'm up, right?
Yep, you're up.
I lost my train of thought. So this one I also see is really versatile, although some people disagree with me. Not Neal, but one of the Tampa people. He's got a bottle of this. I know you and I both love it. I see it as really versatile. He says it's real classy, could only wear it for special occasions, and I just disagree. I think you could wear this one kind of whenever, wherever, and you're going to smell great. It is dense like any Argos. We're talking about Argos Danye. I love this stuff. This was one that I owe it to Neal because this was part of the blind smell sort of thing or guessing game, whatever you want to call it. And if you haven't seen that, maybe I'll link to it or something after this video. But Neal sent me an unlabeled decant and was like, figure it out. And I had this whole theory about what it was, and I was wrong. He told me what it was, and I was like, damn, I started with saying, oh, it's kind of basic, kind of designery, but like kind of feels like a niche take on a designer fragrance because it's approachable but nice and good oils. And yeah, I was wrong, but it's an Argos. I did say I think it kind of smells like an Argos, and that was the closest that I got in that video. Not to spoil it, you should still go watch it, but I love this thing. I almost wore it today, to be honest with you, but I was like, well, I can't wear something that's in my list, and then
he wore it
I did that anyway. So, whoops. And I feel like I don't really have the words to describe this because I feel like this one is definitely more than the sum of its notes. Like I think there's pink pepper and sandalwood and all of the traditional Argos notes that make that brand so good. But I think the biggest thing that I take away from this that I like about it is that one, it's going to smell good to a lot of people, yet different. But the aspect of it that I like is the way that sandalwood and like the musk or something in there, and it just all bounces out and it feels cozy. Like there's something slightly fresh about it, slightly dense about it, but it just is enveloping and it feels like it's always present. And it's sniffing out of the atomizer. Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. I see it as jack of all trades. Like it doesn't smell anything like this, but I would say that this is almost the same versatility as something like Creed Aventus. Like I just think that this could be, if you had one scent to do anything, you could dress this up, you could dress it down, wear it casually, wear a little bit in the summer, right? Because it is dense. I think you could get away with this as like one fragrance for life. I think you could do it with Danye, to be honest. I think it's that good too. This is Neal's old bottle that he sold me because Neal also likes this. And I sent Neal my list last night and I put this on there because I had a feeling if I didn't, he was going to. So Neal's got the big bottle.
Yep.
My juice color looks cooler though.
Yeah. Very red. Yours, mine's
brown. I got the red 40.
Yeah. Yeah, like I love this one too. The cinnamon kind of like a little bit of spice that it has.
I'm gonna spray it.
Who wouldn't want to cozy up to this? Like if someone smelled like this, who wouldn't want to be next to them?
Yeah, it smells fantastic. If you have, this is, yeah, I love all of these ones that I have. These are by no means like my top picks. Like I tried to not pick my absolute favorites to make this redundant or to where Neal could guess 4 out of 5 of them. But I think this one comfortably is probably in my top 10 now. I just like it that much.
Yeah.
It is very functional, but it's just so well done.
For the house, I find it so funny about the house is that whenever I wear one of the house, it kind of becomes my favorite of the house for the day. I'm like, you wear it, you're experiencing it all day. You're like, man, this is so good. Is this my favorite of the house? And then you try the other one, and you're like, man, this is so good. Is this my favorite of the house?
I kind of go back between. Well, I love Porom too,
mm-hmm.
but Sacred Flame is probably the most special one to me.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think it's a tug of war right now between Sacred Flame and this guy. They're just so good.
Yeah.
And they're so special too. Like I've brought it. This is not to ramble too much about this more, but when it was just a decan of this, I brought it to work, and kind of this thing that I do is, people see me as the cologne guy or whatever at work, but they always enjoy it, I think, for the most part, except for that one lady that we won't mention. But I share what I'm wearing. Like if someone says like, "Oh, I really like what you're wearing," most of the time I have a decant with me, right? And it's pretty much a daily ritual at this point with this one guy on the floor that's one of the team leads. He's cool. Him and I are kind of buddies. And he goes by Chamo, and I'm like, "Hey, Chamo, you want to smell something good?" And he's like, "Oh yeah," spray him, and he'll rub it on. He's like, "Oh, it's so good." And when I sprayed Danye on him the other day, he's like, he's like, "Poppy, this is the best one you've had. Like, where can I buy this?" So there's something fantastic about this one. Like, heavily recommend trying this. Yeah. This isn't sponsored, not affiliated. This is just something that you should try if you're into niche perfume. But that's gonna do it for that one. I see I'm missing actually a lot in the chat. So
yes.
Up here.
Kind of rolled around.
Saga says the tea frag that I've been loving lately is Burdu by hopefully I said that right, by Assam of India, like green tea with fresh lemon. That sounds really nice.
Sounds pretty nice.
Oh, fantastic today. I'm wearing Aqua de Jo. If I can remember one, Tous Man Intense. I swear by it. It is a compliment magnet. Ladies, love it. Never moss. I don't know. Never got a compliment when I wear it, or never lose a compliment. Maybe, I don't know. Also, I feel like the Tous brand needs more recognition. It's a Spanish brand, so it's pretty much a summer fragrance. I feel like I have heard of the brand, but
yeah,
I have definitely never tried anything of it.
Me either.
I'll have to look into it though. I appreciate your recommendation, and hard to go wrong with Aqua de Jo too, right? I mean, Alberto Marias is the GOAT, or Rosana Mateo. Who knows? Shout out to the Spanish perfumers, even though Alberto Marias is not. I'm writing down Tous. I need to look into that.
Right on.
I'm not familiar with that. Eau de cider? Is that real? Huh. There's Joel. There he is. Hey, were you sleeping in or something?
Must have been working.
Corner, Amir, Vibrant Vetiver Delight. I have never smelled that. When I said when I saw Amir,
that's the one that smells like
Vetiver Sensual or something.
No, Ball the Freak.
See, I've never smelled that.
Yeah.
When I saw Paris Corner Amir, I thought you were going to say Refuck It.
It's too warm up there right now to be wearing Refuck It, even in Canada.
Right. Jan says, "What's the most normal fragrance you got, Joel?"
That's probably the most normal one.
I've heard of Tous, but I haven't tried anything from them yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. I can't name any of them by name, but yeah, I've definitely heard the name tossed around a few times. But, all right, your turn, right? Number 4.
Well, I kind of jumped the gun and I did 2 in a row. So
did you?
Yeah.
Did you French Gallantry?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just happened to have it there.
No, okay. I didn't happen to have it. That was one of my picks.
All right, so we only got one left then, huh?
Yeah, one each.
All right, well, my last pick, like I said, these ones that I had before with the exception of Blanc Polychrome. They're pretty versatile, right? Blanc Polychrome, summer scent. So I needed like a autumn winter time, but more winter time focused scent that is jack of all trades. And it's really hard to go wrong with this one, even though I generally feel like I don't really like this brand. Like it's a good brand, but it's just not really my vibe. But this is my favorite from them. Any guesses? Ah, I baited you. Nope, not that one. It's Parfums of Marley Harrod.
You weren't expecting that one. Now, were you, Blake?
Yeah, you weren't expecting that. This one is really good. I view it as like a cherry tobacco. I've heard people describe it very differently than that, but what I experience is just a very cozy tobacco fragrance that's not royal tobacco, right? Like that's more of a love to me, royal tobacco, but it's definitely more off the deep end. Like it's not gonna please a bunch of people. Like Kalen's in here. Kalen said that's one of the worst things he's ever smelled. I happen to love it. This I feel like it's kind of hard to hate. One of the things that you hardly ever see, you know where I'm going with this, is Harrod for sale. People tend to hang on to this one because it is good. The dry down on it is great. When I smell it, I have a personal memory of a work trip that I took to Maine a couple of winters ago when they were so rude to send me to Maine in December. It was cold. I had some lobster, but yeah, I wore a Harrod most of the time when I was there. So
that must have been
cool memories.
That must have been a great experience getting to wear Harrod the whole time while you were up there.
And it was cold. I mean, it was 20 degrees plus wind chill. I mean, into the teens, real feel. I was struggling, right? When 70 degrees feels cold to you, when you go back to 15 and cloudy and windy, which I'm accustomed to. I'm from Ohio. It wasn't the greatest feeling. It was one of those days where you feel your nostrils start getting cold and like everything's just sticking. Yeah. But it's a good memory anyway, but I recommend this one too. And one of my friends who is like a car friend, I sent him some samples at one point. He lives in Michigan. He's like in the Detroit area. He really loved Harrod. Out of all the samples that I sent him, Dave was loving Harrod. And I get why. I mean, I love it too. I don't wear it as often as I wish I could because it's not cold here, right? So this is very situational for me as far as when I can reach for it. But in the odd January day when it's like 50 degrees here, I might pull for Harrod. That's cold enough down here to wear it. I really love it. What's your last one, Neal?
My last one, oddly enough, is a scent that's kind of similar to Harrod in the fact that it has tobacco as well. And one that actually you are kind of familiar with.
Okay.
You had a sample of this that I sent you. And it's from a house known as Nobile.
Oh, yeah.
1942.
Have fun pronouncing that.
And yes, Il
Capriccio del Maestro.
The Maestro part is easy. It's the Capriccio part is in the middle. It's the combination of words that is kind of a tongue twister for English-speaking people.
Yes.
But this one is like Harrod, where it has the tobacco, but it's like the spicy tobacco, but with a smooth creaminess of the cinnamon. And it's like I've said before with other things, it's kind of smells like a angel share, but a lot more like nuance and depth. Where angel share is kind of just the same thing going across the board.
It's very linear.
Yeah, very linear. This one is a lot more interesting than that. And I would pick this, and that's why I sold my angel share. Because I said to myself, well, I don't need angel share. I have this. That's in my book superior.
It is. It is for sure superior. I agree with that. I sold my Angel Share. I sold my ATH Addicted, which I view as better as Angel Share as well. But yeah, that one is like at the top of the podium. That one is leaps and bounds better than both of them, honestly.
Like when I smelled this one at Scent Explore 2023, and I was like, I need to get a bottle of this. And after the show, I got home and I took the code that they had given everybody from the show that gave me like 20% off a bottle, and I went and I actually bought it from almost retail price, basically.
Wow.
So this is like a 200.
That's the X-ray one, right?
Yeah. So this is like 200, and it came out to being like 220, which was at the time like the most expensive bottle I bought. I mean, now I bought more expensive bottles, but I am not disappointed and not unhappy at all at the fact that I own it and I spent that much money on this. So,
I mean, it's gonna last forever too.
Yeah.
Because it's 100 mil or 100 mil, right?
Yeah, it's 100 mil. Yeah, it doesn't look as big as some other 100 mil bottles, but yeah, it's 100 mil.
So I want to say that is it 100 mil? So
Oh,
I think the other one that I have is
Actually,
75,
this is,
right?
This is 75. It is
Okay.
75.
Yeah. But anyway, it's very concentrated. It's gonna last a long time. You don't need much of that one to have very good presence, and
Yeah,
that's a great pick.
and that's great
I'm
for
kinda-
fall and winter.
Kind of mad I didn't pick that.
Well, you don't have it. You don't have the bottle.
Yeah, I
You
don't
want
have the bottle. I could reference decants, I suppose, but
Yeah.
those are great ones. Well,
You want to go over?
that was
quickly?
it, right?
Yeah, that was it. You want to go over quickly everything that you had first, and I'll go over everything that I had, just to give a quick recap.
Yeah, so a quick synopsis here. My first pick, Orto Parisi Seminalis. Very easy to live with. It's clean, a little bit dirty. It's musky. It's a little bit like creamy sandalwood. I almost get this. I didn't mention this before. I get like a kind of like a rice feel to it. It's got some starchiness to it, I guess, for lack of a better word. There's something about it that is enveloping. It's a cozy musk. It has great sillage, great longevity. Doesn't project very much, but it's always with you. And I think it's lovely. I need to remember to send a little bit of this with the sample box too, because I really want Saga and Sean to experience this as well. One of my favorites. The next one that I picked was more toward office wear with a little bit of a twist, and that was Zaharoff Signature Royale X. It's a kind of a standard, clean, masculine man scent of, someone my age or older, right? I'm 27. You're in a professional setting, but you want something just a little bit different, a little bit that you can differentiate yourself from the crowd, right? Which the crowd is wearing far less quality stuff than this, but it's got a little bit of a funk to it, but it's not in a repulsive way. It's super good. The next one, I believe, was my summer pick, which one that I am completely head over heels with right now, that I love, that transports me to Wynwood in Miami, to Osme Perfumery, Celia Desor Blanc Polychrome. I know I shouldn't shake it, but come on, look at the gold flakes. It's sunshine and happiness in a bottle. It's one of those where you embrace the freaking hottest day of the summer because you can just drown yourself in this. And for that hour and a half that it's radiating, everything is just okay. This does actually last a pretty long while too, but that first hour and a half is magical. The second to last one, I spent a lot of time talking about this one. I really, really love it. Argos Danye, jack of all trades, and kind of a master of all, actually. It's not a master of none. This thing is good. So good. Wear it anytime, anywhere. Just spray accordingly, and you will smell different, cozy, but also something that people can understand and digest. It's just lovely. The last one is probably my most pedestrian of all of them, actually. But I view it as a really versatile wintertime scent. Again, that you could dress up, dress down, wear casually. but it's definitely for the colder weather. Is Parfums de Marly Herod, kind of a cherry pipe tobacco feel with a vanilla dry down that it lasts as long as you need it to, right? It's probably 7 hours or so. Um, Not everything needs to be an Orto Parisi, right? If you're paying a lot of money for it, I'm sure you wish it would, but this stuff is just great. There's a reason why people don't sell it after they get it. It might take some time to warm up to, but yeah, if they do, then
it's probably because it's not in season.
True. But yeah, those are my picks to build this well-rounded fragrance wardrobe.
And mine I started off with the Loewe 7 Cobalt, which is a great kind of like work fragrance. In the vein of Bleu de Chanel, kind of peppery but better quality oils that you can definitely tell the difference of, and a more digestible price tag.
Yeah.
And then I moved on to masculine old school style with a twist, which is Mr. Elegance from Atrium. This one very heavily powered by that eucalyptus and the citruses, but still has kind of like that old school, almost riding the line of a fougere, but not really a fougere style fragrance. And powerful, but yet not overpowering to the point where people would be like pushed away by your presence and stuff like that. And then after that, I went to my summer fragrance, which was Kajal Om 3. I feel it's the best version of the Tigar DNA that's out there available at a very digestible price tag. You can get one of these from Joma Shop for like $100, and be very happy with what you have. You have a bright, sodery, citrusy ginger off the top with that Tigar style, like musky, sweet musky DNA. As it dries down. Then I went to something a little more elegant, something more upscale, but definitely different. You know, French gallantry takes the tea that you black tea, I think it is, that's in this one. But it's so well done with the florals. This brand, another thing that they do extremely well is florals in a way that aren't necessarily like as long as the options are not like when they are unisex, I should say. You have this great use of these florals that don't lean it too feminine at all when the unisex options that they have, and it's just very different in how it's done compared to a lot of other tea fragrances and stuff like that. You know, you're not going to get that inkiness of like Silver Mountain Water. Right. It's not the Oolong Cha type of like light and airy type of tea. It's kind of thick and dense in its profile, but again, it's very underknown brand. Like not many people know of this brand, and look, the quality, like this is glass. Like the cap is glass.
Really? I thought they were plastic.
Nope. No, it's a very heavy cap. It's magnetic. Now the magnetic is not the best because it's a very heavy bottle.
Yeah.
And if you kind of like twist it a little bit, it will fall out. But if you lift it straight up, you're okay. And the more you go use it, the better the magnet will be on the top. But it's all quality, very different shape. It's like triangle shape. You know, you got.
Ooh, that's awesome. I never seen that.
Yep. And if you want, if you get a bunch of them, you can actually make a circle of them, all line them up and have like the face of it showing one side, but then have the other ones kind of around it and stuff like that.
Well, so you're only a few away from that.
Yeah.
Neil's got quite a bit from that brand.
I'm pretty close now, yeah. And then finally, I made like kind of like my winter fall. This is a great holiday fragrance. You know, if you want to wear something around the holidays, this El Capriccio del Maestro is a great holiday fragrance. You won't get any comments of being, oh, you don't smell good. No, you smell good when you wear this.
Absolutely.
So definitely worth a try for anybody who's interested. And that's it.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick.
Yeah. We got
Make sure we're doing that. And then if there's any other questions or anything you guys want to talk about for a few minutes, and then we could close out a little bit early. I don't think we've done that except for maybe one time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Florida, is it Florida? I don't know, Coastline Boy or something? Not sure. Toos is mainly an accessory and jewelry line, but they have extended to perfume and they know what they're doing. I'm going to have to check them out. I was wondering about when you would get that. Joel, is that the Blue Talisman one? Let me know. I think it is, but I'm excited for you. I think you decided to purchase that last Friday in our last live stream.
He did.
Kaylin said, hair is good. I can't tolerate that much tobacco. What do you think of Zaharoff tobacco?
I imagine you just like it.
Really?
You didn't like that much. Oh, me? You're asking me or you're asking Kaylin?
No. I'm asking Kaylin, but I don't really think tobacco is all that crazy. I think that's pretty mass appealing. It reminds me of Tobacco Vanille.
I don't know. I thought it was okay.
Tobacco Vanille is more festive or holiday-ish. But what do you think about the tobacco?
The tobacco itself? I liked it, but I didn't like it anywhere near enough to want a bottle of it. I think I understand what you're talking about, where it's kind of similar in the same vein as
Tobacco Vanille. Yeah.
And if I had a choice, if I was going to have to pick one or the other, I probably would pick Zaharoff's Tobacco Vanille. Not Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco.
Signature Tobacco.
Yeah. Signature Tobacco, yeah. Because I think with Tobacco Vanille, it just leans a little too much towards the vanilla.
Spicy, I think, too.
But I think the vanilla just kind of overpowers the tobacco completely.
It's been a while since I've smelled that one. What I like about, I guess to not go on a tangent about it, but the thing that I like about tobacco, it is tobacco, right? I smelled other stuff that's tobacco that gives that essence, right? That smell. But it's almost, I relate it to a creamy, buttery tobacco. There's something texturized about it that's very smoothed out, and it's hard to describe, but it's kind of what I like about Seminalis too. There's something well-rounded, kind of creamy, a little bit buttery about it, and I get that out of tobacco, and I think that's why I actually like that one. I started out kind of lukewarm with that one, and I grew to actually really like it. I don't know if it'll be a bottle. I really don't have the need for it just because of where I live, but it is a good one, I think. Yeah, Blaine says he didn't care for Herod at all originally. Took a while, but now he really digs it. Cold weather, yeah, which
you never
how does that work? You live in Hawaii. I was gonna say you live in Hawaii, and so it's 80 degrees year round there.
Yeah.
When are you pulling for Herod?
Yeah, exactly.
You come to the Continental 50 or 48? What are you wearing Herod?
When they crank up the AC during Christmas time to pretend
to get the snow machine or something.
Yeah.
Two-man spritz. It focuses on a boozy cinnamon with a hint of sweet pepper and pineapple. That sounds actually pretty good.
Yeah. We'll have to do a two-man test run.
True.
Get a bunch of samples.
Thanks, Saga. I appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah.
Talking about Kajal, they didn't get back to me yet on info before I might buy that colada. What are you trying to get from it? You know it's going to smell like a pina colada, right?
Yeah.
You're just trying to brace yourself. You're like, I know it smells like pina colada, but I want who's Kajal Mo, right?
Oh yeah.
I want Mo to tell me that it's a pina colada. What are you trying to get out of it, Joel? just buy it.
Just buy it, Joel. You know you're gonna buy
Eric Sheeb. What? Eric Sheeb, good to see you, buddy. I don't know if you're still in here, but that's in real life friend. That's funny.
Oh, cool.
And he's a frag. This is funny. I'm glad you're here, Eric. I hope you're still here. I owe slash, no, I owe, but Rana might feel differently. I owe getting into niche perfumery and this whole hobby to Eric. And it wasn't even directly. Eric posted on his Facebook story a bottle of Xerzhoff Naxos. And he's like, recent pickup. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I'd never seen a niche perfume bottle ever. And I was like, is that cologne? And I looked it up and it was like, what is that? Like, like this dude's big ball. This is like a $300 fragrance. And then anyway, push come to shove, I went down the rabbit hole, found decants, found inspired by stuff. And it sparked the intrigue to like, there's more to cologne than just, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, like that kind of smell. Because that was what I thought cologne was, right? Like I wore cologne when I was trying to make a good first impression on someone or a special occasion. I kind of did the normal thing that people do most of the time. So fun fact, maybe we do a live stream about that too, of like how you got into this crazy hobby. But yeah, I owe it / blame Eric partially here. So good to see you in here. Thanks, Blaine. I appreciate that. Let me know how it is. I like Blue Talisman. That was another one I didn't really love at first, but when I wore it out into the world last summer, I wore it to the Dolly Museum in St. Pete, and I saw the appeal when I actually wore it. Getting the 60s late in the year. Brr. Oh, yeah. That's kind of like here. Like I think the coldest I got here was like 40 something, which felt cold.
Yeah. 60 in Hawaii. That seems like real cold.
Well, thanks for being here, Eric. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, are you busy next March? Want to come to Tampa? Would like to hear the story of what you got into the fragrance hobby. Or I can't read. What got you into the hobby one day? Yeah, maybe we could do a live stream on that.
Yeah. What got you into the hobby?
Well, I have an interesting idea. Well, Saga, we're going to have a call on Discord in like a week or so, right? When we do that, maybe we could do that stream together. We could do with you, me, Neal, Sean.
Yeah. That'd
be fun.
Yeah.
Also, please check to see if I have the right Saga on Discord. I made a group with us, but hopefully I added the right Saga. So if you don't mind, could you check that for me? Anyway, but all right, guys, if there's no other questions, comments, anything like that, we might wrap this up here a few minutes early. I'll give it a second. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to talk about to fill a few minutes. If not, then we're probably going to head out of here. Oh, no. Don't say that. I typed it just how you had it. Is your profile picture like a Barbie? Like that was the first red flag. I was like, I don't see Saga with like a Barbie profile picture, but... Come to you guys instead of coming here. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, you need to come to Tampa if you haven't been down here. It's really nice. Okay, all right. It is Saga. Barbie is hurt. All right, Crisis.
Okay.
All right, I was having a panic attack a little bit. All right, well, check your Discord.
Panic attack averted.
Yeah, I was like, I was expecting something like witchy or something out of it. But anyway, all right, guys. What's Joel say?
Joel saying?
Duty, fees, and tariffs, they're already included in the price or will be added. Oh, that's what he wanted to reach out about to Control. But I forgot you're in Canada. So far away. Not really.
For you?
Well, yeah, from me. I'm sometimes I forget I'm not in Ohio anymore, and Canada isn't Windsor. That's like 40 minutes away, Yeah. Shout out to Windsor, Ontario, eh? Go across the Ambassador Bridge and get your oh fuck, I was trying to think of a Canadian beer brand.
Molson?
Yeah, that's the one, Molson Red or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Randy,
Hey, it's Randy.
Fragrance Suit, what's up? Wasn't expecting to see you in here. What are you doing tonight, Randy? What are you wearing?
What's your scent of the day?
Yeah, drop your scent of the day. You know, this thing I'll say that because it's getting some hype, and unfortunately, I didn't get to smell it other than the smash sample. Randy was, I think, like the first one to smell Parfums Marley Castle, so he's had that for a while, and now everyone's geeking out about it. And Randy's had that thing for fucking 3 months already. So yeah, good to see you. Let me know what you're wearing. We're about to head out and wrap up. If there's not any questions or comments. Surge off Torino 21. You know I love that one, right? That's like I currently have 2 bottles of that one. I'm trying to maybe sell my backup bottle, but that is literally one of my favorite fragrances. All right, I wasn't going to clown you, but I'm glad you fixed it.
It's nice of you.
Wearing Royal Reflection from Day 3. Is that a new one?
Yeah,
That's the collaboration with like the Christian singer or whatever?
Yep.
I have not smelled that. I haven't smelled Trey Oros either. I'm trying to think what the most recent release of his that I've smelled is. It's whatever's in like their discovery set, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't smelled
Deja Vu. That's probably the one you smelled. That was.
I haven't smelled I haven't smelled Aelin either.
Yeah, that was probably that because that was the most recent one in that discovery was that one.
Rose Solifleur with passion fruit. I'm surprised to see that there's rose in there because your wife, I think, has like some sort of bad reaction to most rose, right?
Yeah, an allergy to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. I mean, hit the like button, subscribe if you're interested. We do these pretty much every week. I think we've only missed that like one time in the past 2 months, basically, or more. I tend to do this more than I do my YouTube videos because I'm a bad YouTuber. Eventually, I will do some actual videos, but yeah, I'm having fun with the live streams because I get to engage with you. I get to have my buddy Neal on here, and we get to kind of just talk. So yeah, glad you're in here. Appreciate you. Glad the video found you. That's pretty cool. Next time you come down, Neal, you can come to my place and I'll let you smell a lot of my. You're going to be there a while.
I will. I was planning on making a trip sometime soon, actually. So
there you go.
So I can make it out.
She has an allergy to some rose oils, not this one. Well, that's good. To this day, best scent for me to build a yeah. I knew what you were gonna say because I remember you telling me how much you love that one, Tuxedo. And that is another one that I didn't really like at first, but then I wore it, I let it sit, I wore it again, and I do really like that one. I just don't see me owning it. It is very good. But all right, well, Randy, yeah, Randy. Normally we start. You're in Pennsylvania. It's the same time zone. We normally start at 6:30. The days kind of shift around a little bit. Like it has been Wednesday for most of the days, but last week we did it on Friday. Today's Thursday. So yeah, most of the time we start at 6:30. I don't know what your schedule is for what you got going on or when you stream, but if you want to join in, it's most of the time always at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
You can hear that. That's funny. All right. Well, I think we're going to get out of here.
All right.
It's so good catching up with you guys. And the very least, we'll see you next week, unless I do a video like I'm supposed to. And we'll probably see you next week. But who knows? Maybe, what do they say? Under promise, over deliver sort of thing. Maybe there will be a video. Who knows? But at the very least, we'll see you around this time next week, and we'll do another one of these. But yeah, have a great weekend. I know tomorrow's Friday. Be safe, have fun, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Next time.
Leave a like before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already, and talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.